Hey guys, today I'm gonna teach you guys how to make the sexiest steak on earth. You should be able to seduce anyone near your proximity.
No, that's okay.
Now, only with 4 simple ingredients, it's gonna be the steak of your life.
I'm gonna be starting a whole new series on cooking steak. Perfect steak with different cookwares and methods. On part 1, I'll be demonstrating how to do that sexy tilting pan, basting the steak, showering it with spoonfuls of rosemary garlic butter with cast iron. But first, let's talk steak, starting with a selection of steak. I choose ribeye because it's the creme de la creme of steaks in my opinion. The fat ratio on a ribeye is at least 1:1, if not more, which means the steak will be very flavorful and tender, not dry, and I love a steak with bone in it. It really helps prevent overcooking your steak. And since the bones tend to be surrounded by fat, not only it'll be most tender, but also juicy too. Have your butcher cut it to 1.5 inch. You want it to be thick enough to be perfectly pink in the center, while it has the perfect golden crust. So, I'll be doing this simple dry brine to each of my steaks before we cook them. It's hard to resist not cooking the beautiful steak right away, but once you try this method, you'll never turn back again. First, pat your steak dry and cover it in kosher salt. 1.5 tablespoons should be enough for both sides. Cover it. Lay it on top of a cooling rack and have a plate or cutting board to catch the dripping. You do not want your steak to be soaked in its own fluid. Don't cover it with anything, just let it rest in the fridge for at least 24 hours. Salt and thyme will do a lot for the steak, amping up the flavor and tenderizing it. Now, look at this beautiful piece of meat. I've had it in the fridge for a little more than 24 hours. The texture is already extremely different. It's more firm, and it has a springiness to it when you press on it. Once you've successfully waited 24 hours, congratulations for discovering self-control. And since you already waited this long, what's another 30 minutes if it means you're gonna have the perfect steak? We need to let the steak come to room temperature so you don't get a cold center steak. Now, okay, let's use this time to gather 3 ingredients. Half a stick of butter, dice it into cubes so it melts easily. A few cloves of garlic, smash it real good, and really have that garlic oil spill out while it's being fried in the butter. And then, to add the perfect aromatic oomph to it, we're gonna harvest some fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme. Now once the steak comes to room temperature and everything is all ready, we're gonna take our cast iron and heat it on high heat for about 2 minutes. When you start to see it smoke, you can go ahead and drizzle some olive oil on top, very lightly, covering the whole skillet. Now, my favorite sound, the sizzle. We're gonna sear the fat cap first. Hold it here for about 1 minute and go ahead and lay your steak flat. Once it's sitting pretty there, do not move it for the perfect crust and sear mark. For a perfect medium rare steak, cook each side for 3.5 minutes, and for a medium steak, 4 minutes on each side. Ooh, look at that golden crust. Ooh. Don't worry guys, this guy is gonna come out perfectly pink when we cut into it. Enjoy the sizzle. After both sides are done, turn to low heat and toss in the butter, garlic, and rosemary. Tilt your pan and use a spoon to baste the steak. Have it drenched in it. Do it for about 30 seconds on each side. Careful not to overcook it. Friend to a friend. Whoever you're making the steak for, You want to make sure they're looking at you right now at this moment. And if you're making this for yourself, just put a mirror in front of you as you tilt the pan, take that spoon like a boss, and just baste the crap out of that steak. They will forever look at you in a different light. Tomorrow you're going to walk out with a glow, a newfound confidence, because now you're Becky with the good steak. You are that person with the perfect steak game. Now we're going to place it in aluminum foil, tossing in the rosemary and garlic cloves, and go ahead and pour in some of that butter too. Wrap the foil shut and let your steak rest there for at least 12 minutes. Now, it's up to you, but I never waste a good pan covered in steak drippings and butter, so I'm going to cook up some asparagus, taking full advantage of the fat left in the cast iron, but also it's just a perfect green to pair with such a fat and beautiful piece of steak. Now that's a beautiful pink. Whoa, look at this sucker.
I don't know how I did so many beautiful B-rolls without sneaking a little bite, but this guy is the true queen or king, whatever you prefer. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take the first bite, except I don't know which one to choose. I got candidate number 1, number 2. Oh my god, I'm taunting myself. All right, I'm gonna go with number 1 because I saw that piece of fat near it. Should I? All right, I'm gonna cut. Should I cut? I don't wanna. Ooh, ooh, mama, look at this. Are you proud of me yet? I'm sorry that I'm always asking for my parents' approval. I have daddy and mommy issues. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna go, guys. Wow. That one little cube that's this big, it's still rewarding me. It's like a flavor bomb. Yeah, I don't know. If you make this for yourself, like, good for you. And I don't know how you're not gonna be impressed with yourself. You're gonna put this on your resume. And if you make this for a date, they're probably gonna propose. Alright guys, I'm Kai from Pyrokai. I approve of this recipe. Follow everything I say and you will not fail. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't know what you're waiting for, but obviously we need to feast together. If you wanna, throw me a like and comment down below what you want me to cook next, because I bought 4 pieces of ribeye and I'm gonna teach you how to prepare it perfectly with 4 different kind of cookware, 4 different kind of method, 4 different kind of sauce. You're welcome. Tune in next week. I feel so loved when I'm eating. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I have a lot of issues. I need to see a therapist.
I really hope this helped you understand the timing and temperature and why cast iron is one of the best and most trusted when it comes to cooking a piece of steak. It's thick and heavy duty, and it really just distributes heat evenly, almost indestructible, and very affordable. This should convince everyone to invest. A 12-inch cast iron skillet from Lodge